Welcome to the Poisoner's Cabinet. I'm Sinead.
And I'm Nick.
And this is your weekly podcast exploring the lives of the great poisoners, macabre murders, and captivating crimes from across the centuries, and creating curious cocktails inspired by the tales that we tell. And it's episode 249.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. 249.
249, but 1 week away from our big season 5
From
finale.
the big sleep.
From the big sleep, from the huge sleeping that we will be doing. But episode 250 is next week.
Yes.
So housekeeping to tell everyone that if you're listening in real time, you can still send suggestions of crazy things that we can do for the season finale, little things we can do on Patreon during the season break. But it is going to be a season break after episode 250. We need to take a bit of time off to reset our brains to sleep, to find new stories and new ideas. So we will be putting out a schedule on social media and on Patreon of what will be happening during the break and all of the dates if you need to find out. But enough of that. That's next week's problem.
That's next week.
It's this week's episode. How are you, Nick?
I'm very well.
Yay.
Yes, I
Good.
thought so.
I think so too.
Yes.
I think you're looking snazzy.
Yep. Braces.
Pink braces.
Pink braces.
Pink braces over a black t-shirt. It's very chic. I like it.
I'm a painfully stylish man.
Accessorised with a lovely big Negroni.
Accessorised with a very large Negroni.
Excellent. Well done.
All things should be.
And I'm accessorising with a little pink fizz because I had a taste for it.
You had a taste for the
I
wine.
had a taste for it. It's going to end very
As
badly.
you drink all the wine.
That's not my episode. It's going to be fine. You pat my head later while I'm being sick.
Yeah, oh good. That's something to look forward to.
Good. Any poisonings this week?
Oh, probably.
Probably.
Well, my cat's vomiting
Oh,
everywhere.
no. Yes, Lily had a vomiting fit
Limit
today.
having vomiting. She's been calmed down now. Less vomiting now.
Well, I only just realised this, that you were at home today
Yes.
and she started puking. Is it
Because I'm
because you're
home.
here? Yes.
It's like, normally I have the place to myself, and it's lovely, but you're here interrupting my fun. Very possibly. I had not considered that interpretation.
She's just like, I don't
Bit
understand what's
upsetting,
happening.
but
Well, sometimes cats do that as a little, extra attention. Or she's so excited that you're here that she ate loads of food and then was like, ugh, be sick. Nothing wrong with the vomit. She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's absolutely fine. Tail up and everything.
Just being fussy.
Yeah, just being fussy. Just wants you to do something.
Just wants me to get off the sofa and clean up her vomit.
Yeah, she's not paying her enough attention. I know, I'll puke everywhere. I do that sometimes if I want attention.
But vomit everywhere. Does it work?
I did when I was 10.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. I don't know where to go with that. Well, speaking of vomiting everywhere to get attention and not poisoning anyone in the process of that, I think it's time for us to thank our delicious Patreon subscribers.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're delightfully unvomity. Nicely done there, Sinead. Thanks for that.
This is an image of all our Patreons vomiting on people.
So thank you very much. This week must go to Leserio Ladas,
To Lucy C.
to Alana,
To Rashkal.
and to Georgia.
Thank you very much, you delicious,
very much.
sexy Patreon subscribers. We had fun on Patreon this week. We carried on with more tales of crazy charlatans.
More testicles.
There were testicles involved, and the kind of testicles you probably don't want to know about, people, but you definitely do want to know about because it was an absolute riot.
It was education, it was.
It was, of quack cures, and sparked a lot of debate, actually, on Patreon of how said quack cure would work. If you want
I think work is a loose term.
I think everything was loose after that doctor had finished with it. If you want to know what the hell we're talking about, please do consider joining us on patreon.com/The Poisonous Cabinet, where you get extra episodes from us every single week, as well as bonus content, behind the scenes chat. You get a book club that you can join. There's video content on there. And there's also a higher tier where you also get more snippets of mine and Nick's madness and a gift pack. We also have a shout out this week for lovely Alex and her dad Keith. Alex, you sent this message a little while ago. It actually went into a hidden folder, so big apologies for not getting to it sooner. But we need to wish your dad a belated happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay, happy birthday. Both Alex and Keith listen to the show. Alex has been a fan for a while. Keith has just started listening and he says it helps him pass his 1 hour commute to and from work. Loves the show, has already started a list of cocktails to try at home. That's so kind. Thank you, Keith, for committing to the cocktail side of things. That's really sweet. And Alex as well, you sent us such a lovely message about how you're a fan of the show, how you listen to the show sort of day in, day out. It is so nice to hear from you. Big happy birthday to Keith, to your dad. Thank you, Alex, for introducing him to our show. And happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Lovely days.
Lovely to hear.
Now, this is a really lovely shout out. All of the shout outs are lovely. Sorry, I don't know why I prefaced that.
Because usually they're shit.
We've got a shout out, a very kind shout out from our lovely Zira, who is on Patreon as one of the best named ones. I am the poor little orphan boy who ain't got no arsenic to his name.
Nice.
Zira wants to shout out to everyone who is taking or is supporting anyone doing the A-level exams.
Oh, is that now?
It is next week.
Christ.
It is soon. It is soon. The A-level exams, everyone will have been studying for them. It is the time of year when the blossoms are on the trees. You go, oh, no, the exams. So everyone is going to be, so certain schools will be starting their exams. It's a very stressful time, and teachers, it's very stressful for you as well. So it's our Poisonous Cabinet shout out to everyone who's studying for those big exams.
Luck. And to American folk, they're the exams you take when you're 17, 18?
Yes.
Sort of years of age.
I don't know if that's the SATs.
I don't know. I don't know how American things work.
Yeah, in England you have, well, I don't know what they're called anymore.
It's all changed.
You've got the GCSEs, but it's not that
not
anymore. It's got the O-levels.
A-levels I know.
A-levels are when you're about, those are the ones that are going to get you into college and into university. So it's very stressful. Hardest exams you'll ever have to do, people.
Of course, I'm bloody right they are.
They are the hardest exams you'll ever have to do. People doing chemistry and doctors will be going, what the fuck? But for most of us, some of us...
Yeah, because I did very well at my chemistry A-level.
Please tell us.
I fantastically well. Fantastically well. And now I'm a superstar podcaster.
Because you bottled that chemistry and you put it straight through the microphone. What did you get for your chemistry?
Oh, I fucked it up completely. I think I got ungraded.
We won't even grade this.
Yeah, exactly. This is just, there's just not enough points here to add up.
This is ungradable. This is just you crying on an exam
Pretty
paper.
much. I did not do well at A-level chemistry.
Why does everyone... Why? Did you have notions to become a banker?
I got an A, GCSE.
Right, GCSE, basic, A-level. No, I got
Advanced.
a B. I got a B at chemistry at GCSE. You've met me. If I could get a B at chemistry, what does that really say, Nick? It jumps up somewhat at A-level.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it does.
And I'm surprised that everyone's shocked at this.
And it gets a lot more complicated.
A lot more complicated.
There are
Maths gets
things
a lot
about
more
moles.
complicated. Moles?
Yes.
Molds or moles?
Moles.
The animals?
No. That's where it gets confusing.
What's a mole?
It's a weight of a thing.
Is it?
It's a chemical thing.
What?
And I always get very confused about moles.
I think you just went down a rabbit hole. Hey!
No, there was definitely a mole thing going on, and I did not understand it.
Clearly.
I got confused.
The writing on the exam
failed
paper.
everything.
He wrote a lot about moles.
There was a lot about moles.
He was dressed as a mole. It was upsetting.
It was upsetting. It was upsetting. So anyone doing A-level chemistry, you're mad. Good luck. But damn good luck to you.
But a lot of people do chemistry so they can work in the world of finance, which I find desperately...
Why would you do that in finance?
Because it's the hardest subject to do. If you go and you do A-level chemistry, if you study it at university, you will be able to walk into any job. Be a
scientist.
No, you can do any job. I remember meeting some children, some young people. Sorry, this is A-level chat now. Young relatives of people who I no longer associate with because of this conversation. They ruined it. No, I was saying, well, what are you going to do at university? Chemistry. It's like, wow, is that you interested in becoming a doctor, or are you interested in that field? And they were like, no. Literally frowned at me like, no, I want to go into finance. Because if you can do chemistry,
you can do anything.
You can work out anything. The theory is, I was like, well, you can still be an absolute dick.
And you're still a twat. So,
yeah, well, good luck with that.
Good luck with everyone doing it. It's damn hard work.
Yes, if you're doing your A-levels, study hard. It will be over soon, and then hopefully you will be on the path to whatever you want to do in life.
And no one will ever ask you about them again.
No one will ask you about them again. No one will care. If you're doing vocational studies, if you're not going down the A-level route, do what you bloody well love. No one's asking about A-levels, apart from us now saying, you know what I did? It wasn't good.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't go well.
Someday, years from now, you could be talking about your A-levels on a podcast.
You could be me, everyone. You could be me. Aren't you lucky? What's a thing to aim for?
Exactly. You're doing all right. You're quite the icon. Well, Nick, are you ready?
Yes.
To drink cocktails and talk about poison?
Probably.
Or if you
Where's my finance millions?
If you do the maths, right, apply your chemistry brain here.
Oh, God. Chemistry, cocktails, it's much the same.
Yeah, but poison. So you need to really think this through. We could drink poison and talk about cocktails. What would the chemist in you say?
Don't drink anything.
That's a philosopher in you, isn't it?
That you're concocting in the chemistry lab. Don't drink it. It's not going to be good.
Okay, good sound advice.
Yes. So for those taking your A-levels, don't drink your chemistry experiments.
Don't panic midway through.
Don't panic and drink them.
This is my way out. It's like, right, there was nothing in that. That was just coloured water because we were checking the viscosity. Oh, sorry, that's physics. That's all I did in physics. It was just ball bearings in various liquids. It was very boring. I learnt nothing, clearly.
What? You learned about ball bearings?
I did learn about ball... No, I didn't. I don't know why we were doing it. I had a breakdown in front of my physics teacher. Going, why are we doing this? Like, to test the velocity. Of what?
The velocity or viscosity? Which one are we going with?
Both. It was both. It was the viscosity versus the velocity of the ball bearing. You had to measure how fast it took for the ball bearing to fall through the various liquids of different viscosity. I sound smart there. It's nothing like what I just said. I think I was doing a different experiment.
Also smart is perhaps an overstatement.
Sounds a little bit clever. I think I was given a special task to do in a corner.
Go and play with some balls in a sandpit.
Not sand, liquid.
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 Here you go, have some balls and some fairy liquid.
Some jelly. That's what I was left to do while people learned real things.
Yeah, that sounds more feasible.
Here we are. And still, years later, podcast. Whee! Should we go with the first option?
Oh, yeah, whatever. Get it over and done with.
Hooray, hooray, hooray. It is Nick's story this week, and we can't possibly have a story without a cocktail in hand. As you know, dear listeners, every week we choose a secret ingredient that is inspired by the tale that we tell, and it will flavour our cocktail of the week. Nick. This week's secret ingredient is, we have been waiting so long to say it.
More witches!
More witches!
Now, I tried this before and you wouldn't let me have it. I tried this one ages ago and you went, no, you can't do that, until I pointed out it was a Monty Python thing and you went,
Yes.
yeah, all right.
Exactly. Once you'd made that logic, because you just said, can we do witches again?
No.
You said, can we do more
I
witches?
said more witches.
Yes, I didn't get it because I thought he said in the film raw witches for years. Raw witches.
Raw witches.
Raw witches.
They've been scrubbed with an inch of their life.
What do we burn other than witches? Raw witches. I thought it was just a stupid joke. Yeah, but
More witches.
Yes, and you explained it, and then I was like, oh, that is better.
That makes a lot more sense.
So now I'll allow it. But that's been the emergency backup one for a while.
For about 3 years, I think.
More witches.
More witches.
Finally, I didn't even try and put a witch's symbol.
No, the image you chose, perfect.
The image is just Monty Python. A lot of people go, I've not seen this. What is it?
If you haven't seen it, stop this and go and
Stop
watch
this
it.
and go and watch The Holy Grail. It's amazing. Okay, more witches.
More
Wonderful.
witches.
Oh, and that opens up a bevy of beverages.
A bevy of beverages.
Exactly, that are witchy themed. You've been aching for this. Well, I have high expectations. What have you come up with?
So this week, we are having a witch's flight. So why should I do this?
What was the fucking gesture? You've never gestured. No. That looked dangerously
Fly.
close. That looked dangerously close to what Elon Musk did the other day. Just flinging your arm out. Fly, my pretty.
Fly, my Nazi witches, fly.
He's not doing that, people. He's just going, fly,
Fly.
fly. A witch's flight.
A witch's flight.
Stop doing it. You can't
flight
not
of
do it.
witches.
A flight of witches. Oh, that is the. It's not.
It's not. I don't,
It's the collective noun
I
for
don't know what
witches.
is the collective noun for witches.
A coven. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coven of
But
witches.
witches in flight.
An incident. No.
Gaggle.
A gaggle.
A flight of witches. I like a flight of witches.
Flight of witches is very nice.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're actually going to get 3 small witches to taste.
Yes. Ooh, spiky witch.
It's like, ooh, bog witch.
Smoky witch.
Smoky witch. This one's been burned. Can we do that?
Yes. Oh, this witch is still on fire. Ah.
Blow down. Sambuca. Okay, good. Well, the witches.
Has there been too much to drink?
I don't know what's happened. It's the perfect combination. Whatever it is, we can't drink any more. Apart from this cocktail we're about
Apart
to
from the
have.
Flight of Witches.
All right, well, no, it's the Witch's Flight.
The Witch's Flight.
The Witch's Flight, right. I think it is high time for us to mount our broomsticks and fly into the Poisonous Cabinet kitchen and shake up a storm. So we'll see you in a minute.
We'll see you in a bit.
And we're back.
Hello.
So, Nick,
Yes.
the witches fly.
The Witch's Fly.
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 She fly.
The fly.
She flying away.
Flying away.
Okay, let's take a look at this. You put it 6 miles away from me, so I'm just gonna. Oh, I might have to extend my arm.
Convenient for me, though.
Okay, it's yellow.
Yes.
It's a golden,
Golden
orangey. I'd verge on the side of. Is it got orange in it? Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
Have you noticed anything else?
Oh no, have I not? Should I? What? New glass? What?
New glasses.
Oh, are they new glasses?
Yes. How could you not have noticed?
Well, I did think that, but then I think sometimes I'm stupid. No, those are beautiful.
Lovely.
So they're almost like larger Nick and Nora ones, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really pretty. Classic.
Good for a martini, I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I ever
actually.
drink martinis, but they'll be good for a martini.
I do.
You do.
Make me one.
But yeah.
Oh, very nice. That's what you do in the break, is just do a little video of you with the glasses.
Glasses.
Chatting. What? But back to the cocktail.
Back to the cocktail.
Okay, the
In
Witch's
my new
Flight.
glasses.
Are you hopeful for this one?
It's going to be interesting. I'm really not too sure what to expect.
Oh, God.
It's got things that are not. It's got good things in it,
Good things.
but I'm intrigued about how it's going to go.
All right, okay. Well,
So yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Dive in. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all.
yeah.
Good. It's verging on good. The barometer's going up.
I like that.
That is nice. It's got a nice aroma to it. Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, that is good. I like this.
Spicy.
I'm
No, I like
pleased.
this. I like this. Okay, this is good. Oh, we needed a good one.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice and
It's nice.
sharp. It's got a
That's
nice
done well.
spice to it. Spices. I'm getting spices.
Spices.
Spices. Taste of the East. Is that got the pimento in it?
It has not.
It's not got that. It just really tastes. So cinnamon?
Nope.
Another kind of spice?
Not really. No.
Really?
No.
Has it got something stupid in it?
No.
No. Okay, good. So citrus. So is it orange juice in it?
Nope.
Lemon?
It's got lemon.
Lemon. Good.
Lemon juice.
Well on the way.
So we got one of them eventually.
Oh God. Right. What's the base spirit?
I think witches.
Strega.
Strega.
Strega. That's a bit herby, spicy. Saffron. It's a spice.
Yeah.
It's a spice.
Yeah.
It is famously a spice. It was dealt on the road of silk.
Of spice.
And spice too. Right, so Strega, lemon.
Yes.
Delicious. All right. What's the another base spirit in here?
2 other things in there.
I don't think it's gin.
And everything is in equilibrium. Same quantity of everything.
Yes,
4
I feel,
things.
I feel like I'm getting drunk already.
Same thing.
It's not gin?
It's not gin.
Not gin. Is it it's not a white spirit?
It's not a white spirit.
Right, so bourbon?
Bourbon.
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 Ah, very nice. Bourbon. Oh, what's the other thing? Fruity.
Fruit
Fruit adjacent.
Yeah.
Something that's been in the orchard.
Fruit. I've gone
gone too far.
Fruit adjacent.
Floral? No flowers. Herbs?
Yeah.
Herby.
Herby.
It's not fucking chartreuse.
Not
is it?
chartreuse, no.
Oh, thank God. Benedictine.
No.
Herb. Herby.
Herb.
Basil. No. No. Some sort of Amaro or
Yes,
Oh.
exactly so.
Oh,
It
okay.
is an Amaro, it says. An Amaro Montenegro I've gone for because that's what I have.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Herbally, slightly bittery,
Yeah.
sort of twiggy thing.
That
With some Strega, which is quite sweet.
yeah,
And
that
some
works
bourbon
very
and lemon,
well.
and it's a damn good drink.
That works very well. I can imagine that. Yeah, but different quantities being horrific.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because the Amaro Montenegro can really go one way or the other.
Can be
Because
very
that's a
overpowering
really
sometimes.
bold one. I
Yeah.
like it. I've liked all the cocktails you've used it in, but you've used tiny amounts of that.
But this is 3/4 of an ounce of each in this one.
Okay.
This is equal quantities of all 4 ingredients.
Lots of shaking and dilution.
And lots of shaking, lots of dilution, absolutely, to get the water content in there. Yeah, I think it's
No, that's a hit.
a nice drink.
It does taste oddly spicy, like a cinnamon.
I know. I get where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's nice. If you don't mind, if you're like me and you don't like too much herbally twigginess,
Yeah.
this is
It's
right
not
on the
overpowering.
edge.
Yeah, it's not
No,
overpowering of the herbalness.
It's got a nice sweetness to it and that sharpness. It's really nice. The Witch's Flight.
The Witch's Flight.
The witches have served us well.
Nice, because we've had some dodgy witches ones in the past.
We have.
But this is a good witch.
This is a good witch. This is Glinda. Wonderful. With the Witch's Flight firmly in hand, we're hanging off the back of the broomstick.
Yes.
Is it time for a story?
It is definitely time to story.
Woohoo!
Hurrah, indeed. And this is one of the stories where I think, surely we've done this. Because it's one of the ones that sort of, it's entirely mad. And how have we not done this before?
Okay.
But apparently not. I did check. And
Checked many times.
We haven't done it at all. But it goes to show that there are always those surprising little weird cases tucked away in the depths of the internet that are still there to be discovered, which is encouraging. Which I like that, because I often think, oh shit, we've run out of stories.
No, there's always a
But
gem.
there's always a little gem around the corner somewhere.
That's where the real mining comes in.
Exactly. So our story today starts at the beginning of the 20th century
Okay.
with the French artist Clothilde Marchand and his wife Clothilde.
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 Or Clothilde. So, the pair of them live in France. They have 5 children. They have 3 sons and 2 daughters. And they decide to emigrate to the United States.
Fair enough.
Now, Henri is a sculptor. He has actually trained under the master Rodin.
Really?
Yeah, so he is a very well-established sculptor and artist. Yeah, trained under a master.
Did a lot of kissing.
A lot of kissing, absolutely.
Was that what Rodin...
lot of thinking.
Just there. Rodin was asking, I need you to model for me. Kiss me. I don't want to.
Think about it.
He's sitting there going, I don't think that was a real lesson.
The family, they emigrate to the United States and they settle in Albany.
Albany?
In
Upstate New York.
Oh, indeed, upstate New York, absolutely. Where Henri gets a job working as a diorama artist in the New York State Museum.
Oh, nice. Like it for him.
Yeah, exactly. So he is known as being especially skilled in creating sort of waxworks. Sort of sculpting wax figurines of people, and he creates these dioramas in the museum. The sort of, scenes and such like. And he ends up specialising in the local Iroquois population of the area,
Nice.
sort of the native population of the area, and creating these sort of dioramas in a museum of sort of daily life and what have you.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably today you go, but
Like, he may have taken great care over them, and then just the title is Savages.
yeah,
Like,
yes, it is that sort of thing in a museum.
Come see, children. Like, we're right here.
Yeah, he is very skilled at creating these people and creating these scenes. Yeah, and he becomes very well known and very popular and very respected for creating these things. So much so that in 1925, the family moved to Buffalo, where Henri and now his 2 older sons, Paul and George, working in their father's footsteps and also becoming sculptors, they all 3 of them get jobs at the Society of Natural Sciences, which has since become the Buffalo Museum of Science, where again they are specialising in dioramas of local indigenous populations and things to educate the white people.
That's a fascinating job, because
it's an incredible
people
job.
have to create these models and these molds that we would have seen as younger. You see in the Natural History Museum today.
Absolutely.
These huge dioramas and models
Yeah.
of peoples of old.
He has a particular focus on the Seneca tribe, and there is a local reservation near Buffalo, and he actually goes out there and he gets volunteers who will model for him, and he creates sculptures and models of these people for use in his dioramas in the museum.
Fair.
And such like. And he's quite a well-known figure around the reservation, and people are happy to sort of model for him, men and women who will pose into sort of traditional dress and what have you.
Because there's going to be white people dioramas in that museum as well.
Absolutely.
It's going to be like the history of man through the ages.
Exactly, exactly what it is. And
At least he's not doing it from what he thinks.
No, indeed. He's going there.
Whereas some
and
museums did that.
No, he's going there. He's meeting people. He's talking to elders, what have you, getting an idea of what life was like, and he's recreating these sort of scenes in a museum setting. It probably may not surprise you that Henri Marchand is also a bit of a cad.
Oh.
He's also a bit of a cad.
Are you trying to make illusions because he's French?
He's created a very good relationship with the Seneca people, especially some of the young ladies.
Oh, no.
on the reservation. And now he indeed is quite a dashing, artistic Frenchman. He can talk the talk. He looks the part. He's trained under Rodin, you know. He's very fancy. He turns a few heads, and he is able to persuade many of the young women that model for him to create these sculptures that if he is truly to do their beauty justice,
Oh, God.
it would probably just be better if you just take your clothes off.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, it'd probably better if then I can capture your true, the fullness of you.
You are
sort of
gesturing with
thing.
your hands a lot.
Yeah,
The
a lot of
this
the
this
fullness,
area,
the fullness of you.
the fullness of the area. Oh, for
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, and the young girls of the tribe.
Yes,
That's
I mean not young. We
doesn't fucking matter,
yeah,
really.
we're talking adult.
Yeah, young ladies.
The young ladies.
Get your kit off. And then
get your kit off.
Oh, I was all on the side of him going, okay, maybe he's being reasonable, but it's like, no, savages must have their tops off.
They must take their tops off.
So you must be
Yeah.
bare-breasted all the time. Tell me you're bare-breasted.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I mean he also feels that to really capture their true essence.
What else?
Of the people, it would probably be best if they just had sex. Then he can get a really good feel for his subject.
Don't use that phrase. What?
It's art. It's art. All in the name of art. Of course. Art.
I'm taking it as just that he probably seduced them. I don't
Yeah.
think he's talking them into, and this will make a wonderful sculpture if we shag.
It's like, I would like to have sex now.
It's pretty, well, sexy French artist who's probably sculpting them and making these paintings in his lovely studio. I probably would.
Yeah.
Assuming
would.
he's attractive, yeah. He's all bohemian and lovely. Maybe we'll make love this afternoon. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you insist.
If you insist.
And many women do fall for Henri's charm and his fancy words. One in particular is his fancy words.
His fancy words like and that. Carry on.
One of these women in particular is 36-year-old Leila Jimerson. Now, Leila becomes quite besotted with Henri and is convinced that they belong together. Belong together, they're destined to be together, if only that pesky wife, Clothilde, wasn't standing in their way.
Clearly she is the
Clearly,
problem.
she is the problem here. If it wasn't for her, happily ever after,
Yeah.
all would be well.
Yeah.
In the autumn of 1929, Lila pays a visit to a friend of hers on the reservation, 66-year-old Nancy Bowen. Now, Nancy is a traditional healer in the community. She's a herbalist, and her husband, Saffrus Charlie, has recently passed away.
Okay.
It's very sad. His death had come completely out of the blue. He wasn't ill at all. It was a completely unexpected
very sudden,
and
yeah.
very sudden death. And up until that point, still no one knew what really had caused his death. So she was absolutely devastated by the loss of her husband, as one would be. And not knowing what had caused it was giving her more anxiousness and even more distress. Now, as sort of the pair, Lila and Nancy, they sit together, sort of grieving together. Lila decides that there is one way that they can probably ascertain what had happened to Saffrus. They can figure out why he died, what caused his death. Let's just ask him ourselves. Let's just ask him and find out what happened.
So channeling the spirit of the dead?
So
Or are you going to shout at the grave?
No, out comes the Ouija board.
Aye.
Out comes the Ouija board.
Yay.
And they call upon the spirits to reveal how Nancy's husband has died.
Oh, good Lord.
What has happened? What happened to Saffrus? And they claimed that the spirit of Nancy's late husband, Saffrus, came to them himself. He was in the room. He came to them and he revealed that he had been murdered. He had been murdered by an evil witch.
A witch?
An evil witch by the name of Clothilde.
Clothilde? No way! That's totally like the name of that guy's wife.
I know.
What are the odds?
The spirit also very conveniently provided a physical description of the woman and her postal address
He made sure to write all of this down
on
when he was
Riley
being
Street
killed.
in Buffalo.
Oh my God.
So the spirit knew exactly what she looked like and exactly where she lived and was quite happy to tell the bereaved and amazed Nancy Yes.
So-
This is the person who killed me.
So is this happening? Sorry. I mean, is this one of those instances where it's like your woman who Leela?
Yeah, Lila. Lila. So yeah, Lila.
Is Lila doing this Ouija board business and convincing Nancy?
That is the theory.
And Nancy's there, oh my goodness, I have answers.
Exactly so.
Or has this been concocted and they tell this story later?
No, this is, from where the story goes, this is very much Lila is pushing an agenda.
Right. So she's controlling the Ouija
onto
board
Nancy.
and she's
controlling.
Nancy.
Oh, the planchette has gone over to there and there and there. Oh, look, it spells out Clothilde.
That is dark. That is, you can want to get rid of someone, but to prey on someone else's grief.
Now, Nancy has no idea who this Clothilde is.
But she's got her axe.
She has no idea. But to Lila, the name rings a bell.
Oh my god!
It's just it does ring a bell. Following the Ouija sessions, Nancy starts receiving a series of letters
Okay.
from someone calling themselves Mrs. Dooley.
Dooley.
Mrs. Dooley. Now, these letters go into great detail about the death of Saffron Charlie, her husband.
Jesus.
Speaking of witchcraft, black magic, and murder.
Bloody hell.
How he had been the victim of a consistent evil hexing that had come from Clothilde. She had targeted him over time and time again, which had resulted in his death.
So it's not enough for the seance. Now the letters are
Now
coming.
the letters from Mrs. Dooley
Mrs. Dooley.
are arriving, saying what the seance said is true. Clothilde
Right.
is the one who's done it all through evil black magic and spirits, has killed your husband.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And she not only cursed your husband, but she's coming after you too.
Ooh.
Nancy, beware. Clothilde has you on her books. She's coming after you.
Well, this isn't going to be good for her mental health.
No, one of these letters reads, I know something secret. I decided it's better to tell you and help you however I can. This is what I know. Charlie Bowen, Saffron, is dead because of a witch in the city of Buffalo. It was a French woman. She killed Charlie because he had good medicine to sell. Charlie was also a healer in the local community, and her witchcraft didn't work so well, so she decided to kill him. She kills many, many, many this way, Indians and whites alike. But let me tell you more. She has made another doll, just like the one she made of your husband, of you, Nancy.
Ooh. This is not nice.
This is not nice.
Not nice.
This is not nice. Yeah. Now, Nancy is a deeply superstitious and spiritual woman,
Like, you can imagine.
and the contents of the letters and the messages from the spirits are terrifying to her. And she becomes utterly convinced that Clothilde is the one responsible for her husband's death, and that she is plotting to kill her next. That's time for a break.
I think that's time for a drink. Nick, we have our drinks.
We do more flights.
More flights
of witches.
There's another flight of witches.
Another
we've
flight of
had.
witches
This
has
one is small. This one went to market. A flight of witches. I like that. We should start that in our witchy bookshop.
Yes.
When we open
I
it.
like a flight of witches.
A flight of witches for you and a curse
That's
for
a
you.
good for our cocktail bar as well.
A flight of witches.
A flight of witches.
I think I like it. I like it.
We can have a selection of Strega-based cocktails and call it a flight of witches.
Because I don't mind the Strega.
That's good stuff.
And I don't mind witches.
what's
Except
not
these
to go
ones.
wrong? apart from
Well, in this
these
one,
ones.
so we've got to recap, because a lot's happened.
A lot has happened in a short amount of time.
So Lila fancies Henri,
Yes.
who was Rodin's little
Yes.
protege, and he's been lording that over everyone. Going, I'm Rodin's mate. Will you sleep with me?
Pretty much.
She thinks she wants to get, if the wife is out of the way, he definitely marry her.
Absolutely. She is the one standing in the way of their love.
Of course. Him rejecting her and saying, no, I won't run off with you. It's not him. He's lovely. And now she's set up another woman
Dear
as
old
part
Nancy.
of the community.
Grieving Nancy.
And saying, right, well, your husband was definitely murdered. And now letters are arriving. We can only assume from one hand.
Yes, indeed. From Leela.
Clothilde it's elaborate. I kind of like the drama.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how far this woman is willing to go. It's horrific that she's preying on this woman's grief, but What's going to happen?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so Clothilde is just merrily going. La, la,
I mean,
la,
she is completely unaware of any of this. Obviously,
She doesn't seem
Clothilde.
like the most observant person because her husband's having sex with everyone else.
Well, Clothilde, she's an artist herself. She's a painter.
Oh, so she was in on it, right?
so
Okay.
she-
Well, just tar all the artists with that brush.
No. So she is involved in her own thing. She does sometimes accompany her husband onto the reservation, but goes off and does her own thing, painting pictures of lovely things. And so it's like where her husband does his work. So yeah, she's running a household. She's got 5 children.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is doing her own thing, completely oblivious
Well, oblivious to these letters.
to the letters, to the accusations against her, and all of this. Yeah, so
Henri doing whatever he
Henri
likes.
doing whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
So she's living a very normal, civilized life. Yeah, completely unaware.
Probably not having the best time, I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, probably not. But Nancy on the reservation, she is utterly convinced by now, since after all these letters, that Clothilde has used devilish ways to murder her husband, her beloved.
Woman she's never met.
And the woman she's never met is responsible for the death of her husband, and that she herself is next in line. She is the next target of Clothilde's fury, anger, for whatever reason. We don't know. Vengeance, indeed. It doesn't help Clothilde's case, in Nancy's eyes, that she is often seen in the woods collecting mushrooms. When she comes to the reservation, she'll often go into the woods and collect mushrooms. Now, it's a perfectly common thing in France and things, or in Europe, to go and collect mushrooms from the woods.
Yes.
But apparently, so several sources that I've read said, for this herbalist healer in the Seneca tribe, mushrooms were a no-go. Mushrooms were strange, hellish vegetables, one quote says.
okay.
The mushrooms, were a complete... I suppose because some of them kill you, some of them send you mad, some of them are absolutely delightfully tasty.
I mean, the fungus threat is coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
According to the news today. I am with them. Stay away from mushrooms. You famously love a mushroom.
I love a mushroom,
You
absolutely.
love it. You'd be out there picking all of the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Going, I don't care if these kill me. They'll be tasty with some cream.
But Nancy was with you. 'Cause if Clothilde's picking mushrooms, she's picking them for bad, evil purposes.
Well,
She's picking them for dodgy purposes. She's going to go send people mad. She's going to poison people. She's going to summon evil spirits. All these things that you can do with a mushroom.
Yeah, very different. Yeah, in France, mushroom, big cornerstone of the diet.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of mushroom picking. In America, lots of deadly mushrooms.
Lots of deadly mushrooms.
Deadly bad mushrooms. Yeah.
So to Nancy, it's obvious that Clothilde is up to no good, and she must be stopped.
Yes.
She must be stopped at
Okay.
any cause. To start with, Nancy tries her own magic, tries her own spiritualism against her, to summon her own spirit warriors to stop the witch. Doesn't prove that successful, unfortunately. Clothilde is still around, she's still fine, all is well. By the 7th of March, Nancy decides that it's time that she has to take matters into her own hands.
I like that
Really.
logic, though. It's slightly leading into kind of if you summon something to do someone harm, if they're innocent, then it won't work.
I mean, absolutely. That's
that's
a good
baleful
thought.
magic
Yeah.
will work in certain circumstances, but it's like if you're sending certain things to harm someone, if they are innocent, then it's not going to
It's
take.
not going to work.
It's a theory.
It is a theory.
It's a theory.
It's unfortunately not one that Nancy subscribed to, because she's like, well, this isn't working. I've got to do
Because
things.
she probably thinks she's got protection.
Yeah,
She's got protection.
I've got to go and do things my own way.
Or you could go, magic's not real, but boo, boo.
So on the afternoon of the 7th of March, Nancy knocks on the door of Riley Street, where
Christ.
Clothilde
Okay.
lives.
Yeah.
Clothilde answers the door, quite surprised to see Nancy on the doorstep. It's not often you see a Seneca tribeswoman in the city knocking on your door. And Clothilde vaguely recognises her from her time spent on the reservation, but never spoken to her at all. In broken English, Nancy asks Clothilde, "You witch?" And Clothilde's slightly surprised and confused by this question. And before she has a chance to respond, Nancy launches at her. There is a frenzied attack with a hammer. A hammer comes
I
out,
see the hammer coming.
and she wallops Clothilde around the head with this hammer.
Okay.
Clothilde falls to the floor, and Nancy again goes after her, trying hammer to the head. Several blows later, Clothilde is lying on the floor, completely comatose. She has no idea what's happened. To finish things off, Nancy pulls out a cloth that she's soaked in chloroform and stuffs it into her mouth.
Oh, that's not going to end well.
Stuffs
That's
it
not
into her
going to end
mouth
well.
and flees the house.
Chloroform straight into
Chloroform,
the mouth, straight down the throat.
Well, a rag, so a cloth soaked
still.
into the mouth after several vicious hammer blows to the head.
She could choke to death. She could burn and everything with chloroform straight.
Yeah. The idea is that Nancy wants her dead.
Yeah, yeah.
So
she did that.
Yeah, she's not taking any
frenzied
chances.
quick attack and then run.
And then then chloroform down the throat and run.
Oh, Nancy.
And Clothilde is left sprawled on the hallway floor after this vicious assault.
Yeah.
Later that afternoon, Henri Jr., the Marchand's youngest son, comes back from school
the son.
and finds his mother lying in the house, broken furniture around, lying in a pool of blood.
It's not a good day.
It's not a good day for the young lad. He's about 12 years old
Oh, come on.
at this point, and he finds his mother in this condition, and not knowing what to do, he runs to his father's place of work. He runs to the museum where his father is, and tells his father. His father obviously runs back to the house, discovers his wife like that, phones the authorities, phones for a doctor. The doctor arrives. It's too late. She is gone, and the doctor estimates that she's been dead for at least 2 hours. Also lying in the hallway after this attack. Police arrive on the scene, and they soon realise, yes, there's definitely some foul play going on here. This is definitely not a natural occurrence.
Just wandering in, they're just first detective, yes, it's clearly suicide. Is it though?
Yeah.
Right, no, natural causes. You two just fuck off, all right?
Yes, there's definitely something a bit sneaky has gone here.
I can tell you what it is. Cholera.
Cholera. So they decide we best start an investigation.
Yeah.
So they start by questioning neighbours, people in the local area. Have you seen anything or what's going on? And it doesn't take long for investigators to learn that 2 Seneca women have been seen in the area earlier that day. And not that they were just seen walking past, they were outside for a number of hours that morning, up and down the street, stopping, staring at the house, moving around again. So they weren't just passing by, they were staking out the place. They were really looking at the Marchand house. It was not subtle at all. Then the authorities go on and they start speaking to Henri, the husband, and friends of the couple about, who would have wanted Clothilde dead? What was going on? And again, through their investigations into Henri and talking to friends, they discover Henri's penchant for his young models quickly comes out, and one who in particular who is and has been rather zealous about his affections of late, and one who bears a striking similarity to a young lady who has been seen walking up and down the street earlier that day. Lida Jimison is brought into questioning for the police.
It's not an elegant plan. None of this has been particularly elegant, which speaks more to the tragedy of it, is that they're walking up and down. They're seen in the street. They're just pointing out Lila just wants this woman dead and is making this other woman do it, who is in the depths of grief. And it's not nice. It's never nice.
It's never nice.
It's never nice, as we famously said.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
Henri going, well, I did have a lover or two.
Yeah, it turns out Henri had many, many lovers.
I'm not surprised.
So Lila Jimison, she is brought in for questioning by the police, and she very quickly throws Nancy under the bus and points fingers. Nancy Bowen is the culprit. She is responsible. She thought Clothilde was responsible for the death of her husband. Okay. She wanted revenge. All Nancy's doing. I tried to tell her otherwise. Tried to persuade her otherwise.
Jesus. If you're that, okay, fine. You're that mentally unwell.
Yeah.
You are not okay. But to have lent into this much, you will do anything to win.
Absolutely.
Basically, that is the goal, and it doesn't matter. Yeah. Everyone else is collateral damage.
Yeah, Lila had just been an innocent bystander when the spirits had told Nancy that Clothilde was the murderer.
It's convenient that she knows this much.
It is very convenient,
isn't it? But she was an innocent bystander. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Police continue to question Henri about his relationship with Lila. And it actually turns out that Lila had turned up at the museum that afternoon. and had persuaded Henri to take her out on a car drive. Let's just go out of town for a few hours or so and drive around. And then, they were out for about 3 hours or so, and when she said, "Oh, no, I've got to meet a friend now. Can you drop me off here?" Exactly so. So precisely when the murder was taking place, she and Henri were driving around town. So she had enough forethought to try and get an alibi out of it, but not a very good one. That has to be said.
To make sure that you're with the dead person's husband.
Yeah.
Why?
So, the case quickly becomes known as the Ouija board murder. I
like it.
Yeah, the Ouija board murder.
Ouija board murder.
And it dominates the headlines for weeks and weeks and weeks. There were a variety of delightfully ethnic slurs thrown in on headlines about the two Seneca tribeswomen. So you have sort of the naive, superstitious Nancy, who has been hoodwinked by the cunning and calculating Lila, who wanted her lover's wife out of the way. That's the story that the press go with, which is pretty much the story that is true.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but it's nothing to do with where they come from. Obviously.
No, absolutely. During the trial, Nancy Bowen claims that she had been compelled by supernatural forces summoned through the Ouija board to kill Clothilde. She's still entirely believing that the Ouija board and everything was entirely genuine, that it had not been manipulated in any way by anyone. It was generally her husband who had come through to tell her this. She told quite openly of her failed attempts to kill the woman with black magic, with her spiritual attacks, before she had resorted to more physical means to get rid of the witch once and for all.
Yeah.
The trial also exposed Henri's numerous affairs with a whole host of Seneca women, which he on the stand described as a professional necessity for his work.
And what and how and what?
He had to get to know...
I had to have sex with these women.
I had to have sex with them because I had to model them, and I had to get to know them properly as an artist. I'm an artist.
I would wish many castrations on this man. Yeah. I needed to really get in and feel the subject, did I? Shut the fuck up. You fucking man-child bitch.
Professional necessity.
Professional necessity to have sex with your models. Just be someone who says, "I like to have sex."
Yeah.
Don't try and dress it up as work.
Yeah. I mean, he also claims that Clothilde knows all about his infidelities, and that because she was an artist herself, she completely accepted their necessity. Because she was an artist. She knew that I had to do these things.
The bohemian sort of
and also, she's dead. You can't say anything against it.
No, exactly not. Like, oh no, she would have been... I mean, sorry, but also, none of this fucking matters. No. None of this fucking matters, Henri. You've had sex with someone. You don't need to be, doling out your sexual exploits at court and going, "My wife was fine with it." Nobody cares, mate. Nobody cares. If she was fine with it, the people you slept with clearly weren't.
Yeah.
So that's the thing we're going to hone in on.
Yeah, Lila's defense, they go for the portrayal as she is a victim, fallen in love with this man. She is a victim of insane jealousy, of rage. It is a complete crime of passion that has driven her to do these things. For Nancy, she is described as she's a mere pawn in this elaborate scheme, swept up by these thoughts of witchcraft, exacerbated by her husband's unknown cause of death, and she is driven to commit this desperate act by Lila's evil trickery. Yeah. Really, so that's what her defense goes with. Yeah. But then as the trial starts to come to an end, things take an unexpected turn. Lila collapses in court. She collapses in court and she is diagnosed with tuberculosis. This medical emergency leads to a mistrial.
Oh, what?
So the whole thing is cancelled. Nancy is returned to prison.
What?
While Lila's recovery takes place, waiting for a second trial.
Oh, did she have TB? Oh, did she really have TB? Did she actually have TB? Did she collapse in court because it wasn't going well?
It's enough to convince several doctors that she was sufficiently ill to cause a mistrial. Now, the second trial doesn't take place until March the following year. Mm-hmm. All the time, Nancy's been in prison waiting for this. During this
Nancy
time...
committed the murder.
She committed the murder.
Nancy committed the murder.
Nancy committed the murder.
Of sound mind, questionable, but she did it.
Yeah.
She made a decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I'm saying that, even though, fuck Lila.
Yeah, Lila's been in recovery in hospital, waiting for this
the poor
tuberculosis.
baby.
Henri has made the most of this time by moving out of town and marrying Clothilde's 18-year-old niece.
No, there it is. There it is, everybody. There it is. I'm gonna flip the table. Gonna. I'm so sad. I'm so I need comforting. 18-year-old niece.
Yeah.
He wasted no fucking time whatsoever.
Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest.
We don't know whether Clothilde was part of a very happy, polyamorous, whatever, open relationship. We don't know. He didn't fucking waste any time grieving for her, though,
Really
did he? Yeah,
Really
give it a
didn't.
minute. Give it a minute, bitch.
The prosecution deem Henri such a liability that he is not invited to attend the second trial.
I don't think he's adding anything.
Exactly,
to be fair.
he's not adding anything. If anything, he's going to bias the jury. That
their lifestyle was weird.
It's just weird. So they don't.
He's just up there peacocking, isn't he?
You just stay away. He needs to just go away and just stay gone.
Yay! Good for them. And I have no shade on anyone who is like in a happy, that full bohemian, polyamorous kind of relationship, whatever openness it is, wonderful. But it doesn't really seem like anyone had a choice.
No, absolutely
around that.
not.
Henri up in court going, well, I've had sex with many women. We asked you your birthday.
Many women.
many women. Many women, you see. Please just answer the question, what day is it? Well, I don't remember what day it is because I've had so many sex with so many women.
They will all kill to be with me.
He is loving this. You know he's loving this.
Yeah, absolutely.
A woman is killed for me.
Yeah. During her hospitalisation, Lila had confessed to second-degree murder.
Good.
But when the second trial gets underway, she retracts her statement.
No takesies backsies.
She does go takesy backsies.
Aww.
She takes it back, and this time her defence take the line that Lila had actually no role whatsoever in the murder. Mm-hmm. She had no influence over Nancy committing the crime. Yep, she is completely innocent. She has no role, nothing to do with anything. Keep me out of it.
No.
Yeah, the defence also claimed that Henri Marchand, who is not allowed to take the stand anymore, had hinted to many, many of his models and his sexual partners that if his wife was out of the way, then he would be free to have many other options, to do many other things.
Is that the defence?
That's Lila's defence.
Lila's defence.
Lila's defence,
okay.
saying
so he's not been called though to answer that.
No, absolutely not. He's been kept far, far away because
Yeah.
he's going to say something stupid when he's there. But Lila's defence say, well, Henri told many, many women.
That does. I'm no fan of Henri, clearly, but that seems a bit fucking convenient.
So it could have been any. It could have been one of many. It could have been any of many, many women who wanted Clothilde out of the way. So that's that's where they're going.
Yeah, not
with,
many people
with that.
result to murder.
No, well, indeed. So according to them, she is nothing more than a victim herself of this horrid Lothario, really. In the end, Lila is acquitted of all charges. Mm-hmm. She leaves the area. She settles in New York, away from all talk of the Ouija board murders, and lives an entirely normal life and dies in the 1970s.
Does she, though? I imagine she's a handful.
Very, very possibly. She's involved in no more criminal activity as far as we can tell.
Barely.
But yes, but she may well be a handful. Nancy Bowen is found guilty of manslaughter.
Well, yeah.
She had committed the act.
Okay.
And she is given a sentence of time served. Because she has waited about a year in from the first trial was to when the second trial was. She's been in prison for about a year. They think that's enough. Mm-hmm. She's an old, slightly crazy lady.
Sad lady.
Sad,
yeah.
desperately unhappy lady.
Well, that's a good thing, I think. I'm feeling like that we're landing on yes.
Yeah, and she is released. She goes back to the reservation, lives out the rest of her life there.
Okay, good.
Nothing is ever done with Henri. Henri is left, just don't bother touching him. He's a nutter. So leave him alone.
Dick.
And no one was ever prosecuted for
No
the
one was
death
prosecuted
of
for her death.
Clothilde. She was murdered in a brutally vicious way, and
No one ever did it.
Everyone seemed to get away with everything.
Oh my god!
So it's the entirely mad story of the Ouija board murder.
Brilliant story. How have we not done that?
Exactly. How have we not done that before?
Brilliant story. Love it. There's so much to unpack. Love that story. Oh, that's one juicy get the teeth into. So, the very many thoughts there. Nancy.
It just makes you sad.
It does make you sad, because there was part of me going, okay, devil's advocate, could she and Lila have gotten together and plotted this and plotted a story and worked together? You would have think that would have come out in the trials.
Yeah.
That would have come out in the many defences and the many arguments that would have happened. It does really seem that Lila has conned her.
I can be completely manipulated.
Completely manipulated this woman.
Yeah.
In the depths of grief. If your husband is dropped dead suddenly, if you lose someone to sudden death, the whys and the question, I don't need to talk about how fucking awful that is. And then to want answers and also want retribution. You know, grief is all about kind of going, I want someone to suffer for this.
Yes, I want someone to pay for this, absolutely.
And you have this little
and you got someone on the shoulder
this
going,
nasty creature go and do it because I want to be with a husband. Henri,
which would never have happened if Clothilde was out of the way. Henri would never have gone, oh right, yeah, you and me, Lila, we're going to get married now. Never would have happened.
On Henri's part, I'm sure he probably was saying to girls, maybe misconstrued, but if it wasn't for my wife, I would be with you.
Exactly.
If I wasn't in a relationship.
Yeah.
How many times have we all heard that in our youth or whatever? Oh, you know what? If I was single, totally. You and I, but boo, I can't.
Yeah. Sadly, I'm married.
And him painting this picture of like, no, my wife was absolutely fine with all of my infidelities and everything. She loved taking care of the children all on her own and everything. Like,
of course
he just seems like an awful human being and was boasting the whole time. But yeah, Lila, it makes me think about really famous stalker cases.
Okay.
That delusion. And maybe I'm not just saying this, but maybe for season 6, because there are some really good ones, people who just get that fixation in their head. The psychology behind it of completely convinced that this will work, and they do desperate things and they continue to do it. Lila didn't at any point go, I thought he loved me, and plead for clemency on that side. She was willing to throw people under the bus. She was willing to throw this woman who was so desperately broken, absolutely fuck her, just so I can sleep with this man.
Just so I can maybe get together with this chap.
Yeah, so I can suddenly live with him. It's not for financial gain. It's not for supremacy in anything other than being his centre of the universe, maybe. Yeah, and I suppose if he's that kind of guy, then yes, to be the number one woman would be the be-all.
Well, indeed. I'm saying in her mind, if I marry Clothilde Marchand, then she's going to be a woman of society. She's going to be there is some money there. She's going to have a bit of money.
I think maybe it's that. I think it's maybe that he'll stop dancing around with all these young girls. I'll be the one he loves
I'll be the important
most.
one. Yeah.
The crazy kind of thought. It's understandable. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's weird, but it's that idea of like, but he'll love me the most.
He'll love me. Yeah.
I'm the one who'll fix him. So if I kill this woman, I can fix him.
That's one way of doing
Christ.
it. Yeah.
But witches, more witches.
But it's all down to witches in the end.
The Ouija board murders.
The Ouija board murder.
We don't have a lot of Ouija board murders in
indeed
here.
not.
We need more. We need more, clearly.
Need more.
Love it. Well, what do you think, people? What do you think of the story of the Ouija board murders? What do you think of Lila and her plots? What do you think of Nancy? She committed a murder. She decided to go there for whatever her reason. She decided to go there and commit this murder. Poor Clothilde.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and the family. Henri, please weigh in on your thoughts with Henri. Do you think there's more nuance behind it, or little different pieces that we haven't covered, but no one was punished for this? Crazy, crazy story. Tell us what you think. Jump on the comments of this episode. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your musings. But most importantly, do mix up the Witch's Flight.
The Witch's Flight. A delightful drink.
Delightful really
drink.
good. That was one of the best in a while.
No, it's been a while since we've had one like that. So, nice.
Another reason to buy some Strager.
Yes. As if people need a reason to buy Strager. And it is my guarantee that during our break, cocktails will be updated.
Yes.
And they will all be up there, and you'll be able to see them all, you'll be able to drink them all, and go, what a lovely drink.
That's what's going to happen during the break.
That is
You're
my
gonna get a
project for this break.
Little update on social media of all of the cocktails, and we'll make a thing out of it. You guys can send us videos and everything. The cocktails will be updated. Apologies for them being late, but this one is an absolute banger. Definitely mix one up. If you are enjoying cocktails while you're listening to this episode, this weekend, this month, this year, whenever it's happening, send us suggestions of cocktails based on what you're enjoying. Send us pictures, please. Put them on your stories on Instagram and tag us in it, because then we can reshare them. You can always send us suggestions of more cocktails and stories we can be covering. As we said, next week is the end of season 5. We're building up to a big finale. We need a big opener for season 6 and more ideas of stories we can cover. So if you've got ideas of themes, of stories, of anything for season 6, send them our way. Thanks for listening, guys. We have been the people inside the Poisoner's Cabinet. We will see you next week. And remember, your loved ones are trying to kill you.
Bye.